So now I get to introduce Vantage Plastics. And when I think of a company that takes this sort of compassionately to heart more than any other sort of corporation, I think of Paul Altman and his brother George and Altman, and they have been from the beginning when Vantage Plastic was established in Standish, Michigan, as a plastic thermoforming company with contracts around the world. Right from the get, Grant's dad, Paul, had this vision to be the most compassionate business leader in our region. And without question, he has modeled that time and time again. So Vantage Plastic was our very first sign-on to try share in our region. And from the get, Paul wanted to establish not just an organization, a company that was compassionate about its employees, but actually do things in the community to have collective community impact. So we established the Well Outreach Center, weaving effective leadership and life skills to ensure that he could wrap his arms around every employee within the company and every citizen in the community to support them collectively with, we talk a lot about social determinants of health, and if those aren't met, how can people, possibly get to work every day and be, responsible in the workforce? And they hired Heather Baldwin. And so with my work with Paul and Grant and Heather, we have really seen a transformation in Aranac County in Standish, Michigan. Things like a community center being renovated, employees participating on the regular in community events, and the engagement is really quite remarkable. And so when I think of a leader in this space, I couldn't think of anybody better than Paul and Grant and Vantage Plastic. And I think here on behalf of Paul and his uncle George, Grant, you're here, and Heather, you're going to have to come up too, because you're going to need a hug after this one. I just want to thank you for, this is all about relationships. It really is. And we can't do this work without each other in relationships in our own respective communities and regions. And there's a power in that. There's a power in that. And so without further ado, Grant and Heather, would you please come up and accept the award?
Wow. I look around the room and I know a lot of you because we've sat on a lot of different meetings together in many different spaces. We reflect on, we are all traveling different paths and working on those social determinants of health, and childcare is right at that top. Rich and I laugh a lot of times because we'll come to events like this and we didn't even know that we were going to the same one. And we show up when we're both here. He's early childhood, the ISD. I'm Vantage Plastics, running around trying to solve the world's problems in Aranac County. I'm very blessed to work for a company and manufacturer that is progressive and says, I don't want to just donate to the next golf outing. I don't want to just donate to the next thing that's happening. I want to put somebody in the community and create those synergies. So he hired me to be on the lookout for where are the gaps, where is it that we can be most effective? And 90% of what's out there already exists. It's just the lack of communication and people understanding what's out there and being able to bring them to the table together. It's that collective impact. It's that understanding of how do we bridge public health, private, nonprofits, and our businesses. How do we get them all to the table and being able to work together? And it's individuals like Rich Van Tol and the work he does in his outreach that we're able to do this. My company is forming better solutions, forming better lives, and forming sustainable futures. That's not just the product we put on the floor and out in the community. It's the people and it's childcare. So again, Rich, thank you very much for this nomination. It's my pleasure to work side by side with you and get some solutions made.
I just wanted to say thank you. I'm very honored to be here. I'm here representing Paul for this award. It's an incredible honor to be here for that. He truly lives by what our core values are at Vantage Plastics, which are servant hearts, humbly confident, pursue opportunities that drive us forward, and all actions with integrity. I think that's a lot of the reason why he participates in things like this. Without our people, without our workforce, without our employees, there would be no company and there would be nothing to move forward with and work towards. We all need to be rowing in the same boat. It's that village mentality that we've all been talking about, right? It's not just with the childcare, but it's everything in life. So the more that we can all work together as a community, build up this next generation of people, the next generation of children. I'm a parent. I know how important this is. It's just really incredible to see the group of people here working to better our children, care, our education, and everything for this next generation. So thank you guys.